Hey guys, welcome back. So I have been digging through my memories, and I remembered some instances where it was obvious that I was being pulled towards many directions by gangstalkers before I was ever a drug addict. So I remember this one instance where I was exhausted. I had been up for a couple of days, and this guy messaged me, and I told him, you know what, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I look like shit, I'm gonna go home to sleep. And this guy literally told me, don't even think about that, who cares, just come with me. And I got there, and he literally just made me waste my time and energy. This happened many times. The tricks that I told you now, that I recognize now, are tricks that have been played on me by people who have, quote unquote, been wanting to hook up with me. And the thing is that I was so naive before, I trusted people blindly, anyone, that I never even thought, it never crossed my mind that these people's intentions were to break me down. I know that whenever we talk about gangstalking, we are talking about the weird things that happen. We talk about the unexplainable things, the things that really mess up with your mind. But the more sinister gangstalking happens, the more sinister gangstalking stuff, the one that is that I never perceived until now, is the one that really brought me down, the one that really broke me. The psychological stuff that was more unbelievable was the one that was easier for me to figure out. But the one where every single person, that you're supposed to, that, I trusted, because they were dangling the bait of pleasure, I felt, face down. I fell right into the trap for many years. And the thing is that the only difference is that gangstalking, they never told me, indirectly or directly, that I was being gangstalked. This was the dirty play. Even though all of gangstalking is dirty, the breaking me down and making me lose all the muscle that I had, me losing everything because gangstalkers were pulling me for drug use and this and that, because I was really naive, and I have no idea, to be honest, why I trusted people, and the thing is that they were all the people that I'm trying to avoid now. But I just didn't have a single ounce of experience. And I was just vulnerable, I feel like I had like had some type of codependency because I had just been betrayed. So I kind of had this desire to like trust people, and it and their whole manipulation thing, was driven by that until I lost my desire to want to trust people, So I can see now that there was an agreement long before I even knew what gangstalking actually was. Long before I knew what gangstalking was. And that's freaking crazy to me. I don't know what else to say about this, but my gangstalking was long before I even realized that I was being manipulated. And when I didn't know a lot about manipulation, I fell for every single one of the tricks. And it's what led me to be homeless and to lose everything, to lose the hot body that I had. I know that initially I was in a previous video. Notice how I was skeptical about blaming them. I can't blame for them. I cannot blame them now. But when I didn't know any better, I can actually say, like, this has been going on since I was like 27, maybe 28. Now I'm 37. And I was 20 something, man. I was in my late 20s when all these people had agreed to freaking destroy my potential. And I'm not gonna cry about it being unfair. I'm not. It's hurting a little bit right now because I just found out, but I'm gonna get over it. I know about that, so whatever. But I feel like a little itty bitty knot in my throat, just a little bit, because I know I have gone through worse stuff, and that I am gonna be like, oh, whatever. So it's fine, and I'm not gonna go out on social media and cry about it. I'm not gonna go out and try to tell people, oh my God, I was manipulated into becoming a drug addict, because who's gonna believe that, But I will comfortably tell you now, at least, that yeah, they were responsible for my initial demise, and I cannot blame them now for my future demise. I know that now the only person that I can blame for my future demise is me, if there's any, which I'm not gonna allow that. But in the beginning, they actually were 100% responsible. They were, because I didn't know any of these tricks. I didn't see it. And that went on for years. I don't know what happened, that suddenly I just began being able to discern them. I began to be able to see disingenuous people, people who wanted my demise. Like, I began to actually become aware of it. And the moment that I was able to do something about it is the moment that I gained my power back. So yeah, indirect manipulation is incredibly effective. And I am not going to spend any time feeling sorry for myself. I'm not going to spend any time crying about it. What I am going to spend time doing is telling you guys that to be careful. If you're here watching this for whatever reason, just know that people can agree to destroy you, and if you don't know, it can. So if the lesson that I want to tell you via my experience is that if all of a sudden people are indirectly pulling you away from your responsibilities, pulling you away from taking care of yourself, pulling you away from everything that is good for you, that is productive, in order to take you in to behavior that is self-destructive, you have to stay away from those people. Because they might appear to be your friends, but they're not. And they will claim to be your friends. They will make you believe that they want to spend time with you. They will make you believe that they want to have a good time with you. But in reality, they just actually want to destroy you. That is the part of gangstalking that no one talks about, because it seems to be not connected, because it is something so underhanded that is really hard to see. And because it is the part of gangstalking that gangstalkers don't tell you that they're gangstalking you. They just act. It's the dirtiest work. It's the most dirty part of it, And yeah, I take back what I said on my other videos about the indirect manipulation only being responsible for about 10%. They were 100% responsible for my demise until I learned everything about it by falling for it, until I saw it and then not falling for it. And then seeing the gangstalkers' reactions and anger when I wasn't falling for it anymore. That's what told me that all of that was part of the gangstalking. When someone tried to put crystal meth up my butt, when I said no, when they were trying to offer me drugs, and then I kicked him out, and then he said, "Are you sure you don't want me to leave you any drugs here?" there has been an active attack on my self-esteem, on my self-worth, on my well-being, on on a spiritual attack. And by spirit, I mean my psychology. I didn't realize it, but it has been an all-encompassing operation. One to destroy me from within, and one to produce me to behave as a completely destroyed person. This is freaking nuts. And I think that's all I have to say for right now. Thank you for watching.